guys, so today I'm going to teach you Gottman's 7 principle for making a marriage work. This goes for everybody, between anybody who's married. You don't have to have been married for many years. Preferably you should know these and learn them before you get married so you can practice them throughout your marriage. Hope you like them. Okay, let's get started with principle number 1, which is enhance your love map. Gottman describes it as a place in your brain where you store relevant information about your partner's life. For example, major events in your history and their history, past history with you, growing up, childhood, adolescence, teenage years. These are major things that make them who they are and why they are like that. Some things include likes, dislikes, allergies, which are good to know because you don't want to kill them. How I interpret this in my own words, I would say it's just knowledge is key. Like knowing about your partner. Make sure there's a lot of communication before and after marriage. I would recommend, according to Gottman, that many people you can get started on this map before you guys get married or after, but it's recommended just get started on it before, so that once you guys are married, you guys already know the groove of things, and you don't really need to be together for many years before you get married. You don't need to be together for like 10 years or 5 years. Some people who have the best communication and have the best love map are people who get married after 6 months of dating, because they just put their all together when they started and they got to know the person. They want to know everything about the person and they just recorded everything in their brain. Step 2 is nurture your fondness and admirations. It's pretty much just keep reminding yourself that keep the love alive. Keep reminding yourself of what is it that made you fall in love with your partner. Keep reminding yourself, keep bringing it up in conversation with your partner. Don't let those things die, because once they die, it's very hard to bring the relationship back up. It's that's one of the base needs in a relationship. That's why you are attracted to them, and that's why you wanted to marry them. And once those reasons are gone or extinguished, it's very hard to bring them back into the relationship. As humans, whenever we're mad or there's something bothering us, we tend to look away or turn away from the problem. Fight or flight. We tend to either fight it or flight it. Most people, when it's with somebody they love, they tend to turn away because they don't want to get into a bigger fight, or they don't want to fight at all. So Gottman's 3rd principle is to turn towards each other instead of away. Turn towards your partner, turn towards them, search in them for comfort. If something's bothering you, you have to bring it up. You can't just put it off to the side and wish for it to go away, because it most likely won't. If it's something big that you've been struggling for a while and you don't know how to get it out of your head, or you can't really come to your senses and be like, alright, this is right or this is wrong, turn to your partner, because they're your partner in crime, partner in everything. They're together with you forever until death do you part, because you guys are married, or you guys are about to be married. So turn towards them. And it's better if you start doing this before you get married, because then you guys will take this practice into marriage and you guys will just practice it all throughout marriage. But if you guys are barely starting this and you guys have been married for many years, this is something that you guys should definitely get started on, because turning towards your partner, it's the best. It's the easiest way to resolve a conflict. Because if you turn towards your girlfriends, if you turn towards your guy friends, the odds are that they're gonna know exactly what's going on. If you turn towards your partner, they will know exactly what they're feeling, and you won't have to be guessing around their feelings or what they think, because they will tell you. That's number 3. Okay, so fourth step, principle, same difference. It's let your partner influence you, because that's who you need to lean on for anything, because that's your partner in crime, partner in the ups and the downs, the roller coasters of life. Um, if you turn to other people to influence you, like friends, family, coworkers, it's not always gonna turn out to be the best thing. Sometimes it can have good advice, but ultimately the problem or the difficulties are with your partner, and they won't have 100% of the story. They will only have your side of the story, and they many times they will tell you the things you want to hear or the things that will benefit you. Um, so turn to your partner, let them influence you. Gottman focuses on the idea of yielding. Yield to them, yield to your partner, and have them explain to you why they're right and why they think they're right. Because although you might think that you're 100% right and you always know the right answer, the odds are that sometimes you're not going to be right. You're only going to be about 20% right. So don't think that you are the one who is always right. Yield to them and let your partner guide you to what they think, so that you guys can come to an agreement or come to a neutral terms with both of you are okay with what is the solution. Step number 5, it's solve your solvable problems. So solve those problems that are between you two as partners, because there is always going to be problems that are with something outside, with parents, that come from parents, from family, from your past, that are sometimes are very hard to solve, because sometimes one the partner was not part of, so you have to leave those to time and to the people they have to solve them with. This is also why it's very important to know the history of the person and to know where they come from and why they're the way they are, so that you don't always interpret everything that your partner is a certain way because everything's your fault. Because most of the time, sometimes it's not. Okay, so to solve your problems, your solvable problems, Gottman gives us 5 steps, and they start with 1, soften your startup. Yes, soften your startup. So don't go into the problem solving, or don't go into the fight, or like don't go in with a stand of, oh yes, I'm right and only me. You have to go in with an open mind, ready to listen, and to make sure that you don't give off your partner the vibe that, oh, they're gonna just be attacking me. No, don't go in attacking. Go in and be ready to listen, ready to intake what they have to say and process it. Number 2, learn to make and receive repair attempts. So when they tell you what they think you need to repair, be ready to listen to them, ready to listen and understand where they're coming from. Don't think that they're attacking you, because sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just being honest and they're letting you know what they see and how they see it. Number 3, it's soothe yourself and each other. So if you get all rattled up, or like both of you guys start getting rattled up with each other and agitated, just calm down and calm yourself down and calm down your partner, so that you know that you guys are both like in this together, and going against each other like just 100%, it's not going to solve anything. You guys have to, if you guys start getting riled up, just calm down and come to this state of, okay, we're gonna calm down and move past this and talk like civilized adults, because by the time you're married, you should be thinking like a civilized adult. Number 4, compromise. So you have to come together into a compromise as partners. You don't have to let your partner do everything. You guys have to come to it together and find a middle ground where everybody will agree that this is what the answer is, and not one partner is making the choice for the other one. Number 5, it's process any grievances so they don't linger. Linger, yes, the word is linger. So process any grievances so they don't linger. So you have to process through them so they don't kind of come back and haunt you. So that if you guys ever get into another argument, so that your partner doesn't keep bringing them up. Because this is a past argument, you guys were supposed to be done with it and leave it in the past. Compromise and move on. So make sure you work through all the little grievances, like any little things that like soften up the rough edges, so that you guys are good and you guys can come to a compromise where both of you guys are happy and everybody agrees in the party, so that you and your partner can move on and not be going around in a circle on the same topic. Step number 6. Gottman says, overcome gridlock. Gridlock is, well, he describes it as perpetual disagreements. It's things that you guys cannot quite agree on. Examples he gives are, like, for example, that you want, the wife wants the husband to go to church with her, but the husband is atheist. That you, like, things that there's not really a middle ground, because both of you guys won't be happy because you guys, it's things that you guys don't agree on at all. The example, the church and atheist. The atheist will most likely not give in to, like, I'll go to church twice a month for you, and the wife who wants to go to church will not give up church, because there's two things that people have very strong faith on. So what he says, it's pretty much to keep working on these unresolved conflicts. These are conflicts that will keep coming up, and you guys just have to keep working through them, because there's not really a way to make them go away unless somebody gives in. But when somebody gives in, that adds another conflict into the partners, because then that person who gave in or will most likely bring it up in the future in a fight, in another disagreement, and it will be more of a, oh, your turn to give in, my turn to give in. It's your turn, my turn, your turn to be giving in, and then the relationship will not be built on compromise. It will just be built on, it was your turn to give in, or it was your turn to let me choose. So these are things that you guys have to keep working on them. And finally, Gottman's 7th and last principle on his 7 principles for making a marriage work. Number 7 is create shared meaning. You guys have to come together and create shared meaning, something that means a lot to you, so you guys can both embrace it and just become stronger as one partnership. So yeah, just practice these 7 steps all throughout your marriage, before you get married, after you guys have been married for many years, because it's something that you guys will never, possibly you guys can get close to perfect, but it's something that should be constantly happening, and you should be constantly working on it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope they help. Enjoy. Happy marriage.